Good morning. I'm Sarah Pearson in the News 2 Alert Center with your Morning Pulse for Thursday, February 5th, 2026. The annual Buffalo Bill Farm and Ranch Expo welcomed farmers, ranchers, and spectators to the D&D Event Center yesterday and today, with nearly a dozen new vendors joining the longtime agricultural gathering. One of the newcomers, North Platte's own Great Plains Health, is offering free skin cancer screenings to members of the ag community.
They're out in the sun all the time, and they're focusing on their cattle, their farmland, everything else, and probably sunscreen's not one of the top things for them.
The Buffalo Bill Farm and Ranch Expo continues until 4 p.m. today. And happening today in the legislature, it's the next step in an accusation of favoritism against the governor, as lawmakers take a closer look at how state contracts are awarded. A legislative committee will hear testimony today on LB 997, a bill prompted by a state audit that flagged possible favoritism tied to a $2.5 million no-bid contract connected to Governor Pillen. State Auditor Mike Foley is expected to testify. Foley's audit alleged the contract did not clearly meet the legal definitions of an emergency and raised concerns about oversight. LB 997 would require faster reporting of no-bid and emergency contracts to the auditor's office to increase transparency. And if you're in the market for a home, you know it can be tough. Senator Pete Ricketts acknowledging the fact, saying the average age of a first-time homebuyer in the United States is 40 years old, up from 10 years ago when the average buyer was 31. Ricketts saying this is because of red tape and regulations driving up costs. It's part of the reason he's working to advance the Renewing Opportunity in the American Dream, or Road to Housing Act. It was introduced by South Carolina Senator Tim Scott last August and currently works to boost supply, modernize financing, and promote economic mobility. Here's what Ricketts had to say.
With more available housing supply, we can make the good life more affordable for everybody.
He says the bill passed the Senate Banking Committee with a bipartisan unanimous vote, and the House also passed a unanimous version. We will keep you updated both on air and online as this story develops. And in sports, the Omaha Supernovas are back in action tonight on the road as they take on the Dallas Pulse. The Supernovas come in at 5-3 overall, while the Pulse sit at 4-2. This is the first ever meeting between the two squads, with 2026 being Dallas's first year in the league. First service set for 7, and the game can be seen on the MLV YouTube channel.
Well, hi there, everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning, a day to look forward to. We've been looking forward to it all week long. Potential for some record highs later on today, with more potential down the road early next week as well here. Let's take a look at where we're at right now. First off, as we take a look, we do have a flood watch out for northeast and east central Nebraska. These locations here are going to be susceptible to some lowland flooding due to ice jamming. With all this ice melt I'm expecting these next few days. So the Omaha National Weather Service for the Elkhorn River here, the Platte River, and then the Loop River where it joins with the Platte River near Columbus, there could be some lowland flooding around some of those areas there due to ice jamming. So something to keep in mind. That goes until Monday evening at 10 o'clock, so next Monday, with all the warming we'll see over these next several days. We do have a warm front that's pushing east across the area. It's now basically in far eastern Nebraska here. It's almost out of Nebraska. So most of us have seen rising temperatures overnight. Thin clouds around. They're a little thicker in the east than they are in the west, but these will thin out and we'll see lots of sunshine through the day. Winds breezy out of the west and northwest, up around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Some gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour, but should see a rapid warm up for today. Overnight tonight, pretty quiet for most of the night, but late in the night, a backdoor cold front comes in, and I call it a backdoor cold front because it's coming from the northeast direction here. Usually our fronts come from the west or the northwest, sometimes the north, but every once in a while they do come in from the northeast, and that's coming in from the back door, and so that's why it's called a backdoor cold front. It's going to bring an increase in cloud cover early tomorrow morning and cooler temperatures. Now, Those that see the thickest clouds are going to be the coolest tomorrow. Noticeable cool down. Those in the southwest, not quite as cold, although cooler because of that front coming all the way through the area. Tomorrow afternoon, some of those clouds will thin out a little bit, so we should see a little more sun later in the day. And then that reverses course and becomes a warm front out west Friday night into Saturday morning. That will usher in a warm up out west on Saturday. The rest of us, maybe slightly warmer, but we'll see a bigger warm up coming in Sunday and Monday. We'll see a few clouds around heading into Saturday as well. Here's a look at your records for today. We have a chance to tie or break some records later on. I think some of the locations, and again, these are all National Weather Service records. Not all locations on this map keep track of records. So I think all of the Panhandle has a chance for records. North Platte, Valentine, Broken Bow, the Tri-Cities, North Platte, or North Fork, excuse me. Those are the locations I think have a chance for records. I don't think we'll get there. Sioux City, Omaha, Lincoln, and then the Kansas communities here, probably not going to get there, and then it's going to be tough, but we'll see. Forecast is about 70 right now for Imperial and McCook, so we didn't really have to overachieve to get to records. Here are the forecast highs for today. Upper 50s in northeast Nebraska, the rest of us into the 60s, some low 70s in southwest portions of Nebraska. Lows tonight, mild in the 30s to near 40 degrees, a few upper 20s around Ogallala and North Platte. High temperatures will be noticeably cooler tomorrow, especially in the northeast with those thicker clouds, 40s. Still near and above average though. And then 50s, low 60s. Again, not as much of an impact because of the sunshine here. Still cooler, but not as bad in the southwest. Tomorrow night down into the 20s and lower 30s for low, so a little chillier, but not terrible for this time of the year heading into Saturday morning. Saturday, western areas will warm back up into the 60s and even lower 70s again in the Imperial area. Farther east, so this is that warm front now pushing east across the area. So it doesn't come all the way through. So it is still going to be cooler in the east in the mid to upper 40s, lower 50s, mid 50s right in here, and then upper 50s and 60s, even again low 70s around Imperial. Saturday night to Sunday morning, a mild night, lows in the upper 20s and low 30s. And check this out on Sunday. Yeah, we're back up into the 60s, near 70 in southwest Nebraska, some 50s in the east and northeast. So Super Bowl Sunday. Maybe do some grilling before the big game there, which you can see live here on KSNB Local 4 and on News 2, KNLP. You can watch it on the NBC networks out there. So looking forward to that. My Patriots hoping to get the upset against the Seahawks here. But let's look at the North Platte forecast. A record high possible today. The record 69. We're going to be right there later on today, so certainly a chance to tie or break a record. Cooler tomorrow, but warming up on Saturday. That said, the records are a little higher Saturday and Sunday, so I don't think we'll get there. The records are in the low 70s, even mid 70s. Chance to possibly tie or break a record on Monday. The record is 74. We're forecasting 73. We'll be in that vicinity. Then again, just like the Tri-Cities, we cool down for the rest of the week. Chances of moisture returning to the forecast on Wednesday and maybe beyond as well here, so you can see the cooler weather, not cold, but cooler weather to come. As we look at the long range from the Climate Prediction Center, they do still have us above average in that long range. The 12th through the 18th of the month, still keeping us above average, which average highs, low to mid 40s, upper 30s in the Tri-Cities. So I think we'll still be above average during that time frame. They do have us above average precipitation-wise. We'll see. Better chances to our west and to our east, but a lot of it may actually end up going to our north. Let me show you those long-range models here from the European model first. There's not a lot the next few days here, so we'll quickly buzz through the weekend and early next week. So let's jump ahead to the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And again, the European is kind of getting a little more aggressive with rain and snow again. The heavy snow to our north, but at least some rain and snow Wednesday into Thursday. And then heavier moisture to our east. That's that big moisture, the above average precipitation that the Climate Prediction Center highlighted to our east. That'll be late next week here. So that will miss us, it looks like, as of right now. So really, I think we'll be keeping on in that Wednesday, Thursday time frame, right in there. Let's look at the GFS model. As I bring that up, we're going to quickly buzz through, just because I'm running out of time here. We're going to quickly buzz through the rest of that forecast here. Again, we'll look at Tuesday into Wednesday. Again, maybe a little moisture. GFS isn't as aggressive Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then the bigger storm system to our south and then to our east late next week, but we'll probably miss out on a lot of that there. So that's all the time I have for you guys for today. So I want to thank you all for watching on the record anyway here, or you can stay on the stream here for a few minutes yet here, but I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again Friday morning. Take care. God bless. Bye.